So what is glyphosate? It's commonly known as RoundUp. It's a broad-based herbicide, kills a lot of plants, and we wanted to do that so that we can grow like really specific ones for crops, essentially. So how did it come to be? It's actually pretty interesting. A Swiss chemist named Martin discovered this back in 1950, and he was just looking for clinical applications. So they were, I think he worked for a pharmaceutical firm, and so they were looking to see if they could treat any diseases or anything like that. Chris, have you ever used glyphosate to treat any disease?
I don't believe so.
That's because it doesn't work for that. So none were found, and they sold it to a variety of other pharmaceutical companies, engineering companies, essentially kind of like licensing out. So in 1970, Dr. John Franz, who was a researcher at a little company called Monsanto at the time, he basically couldn't find anything to do with this either. And he actually just went out and sprayed the weeds in his garden with it one day. And it happened to kill all the weeds, but the roses were left. That's actually not a true story, but he is the one that found that this was a herbicide that worked really well. So a few years later, 1974, they packaged this puppy up and they sold it as Roundup.